规定就是对于关键信息基础设施，它的安全保护等级不低于
infrastructure, the protection level should be higher than level 3.
至少第3级来实施安全保护是这么一个概念。好，那么等级保护呢，我们就知道它会
The graded protection system.
那么等级保护的重要思想
So the overall requirements of this graded protection system. So the overall requirements is that we should exercise graded protection, and also we will differentiate different units that will be given even higher protection level regarding the data or the terminal devices. Their relevant protection level are different. And in addition, so in the past, maybe the passive protection is the mainstream. Now we should exercise or implement active protection. So we should actively analyze the potential attack. For example, one of the mainstream attack form, APT. So we should conduct detailed analysis and make early warnings. And the next one is comprehensive protection. So the protection network is consisting a lot of different measures, from data to personnel. This is a comprehensive concept. We would like to say that security is a comprehensive work. So there are several points worth mentioning. So from passive protection to active protection, from static protection to dynamic protection, and from single point protection to overall prevention or protection. It means that we should protect our system from all possible perspectives, because the hackers, they will do everything they can to exercise those intrusion. So from the past, we usually exercise extensive protection mechanism, and now the new trend is precise protection, which means we will use a system of graded cyber security protection, and we need to differentiate the assets from important assets to less important assets or infrastructure. And more attention should be given to this critical infrastructure. So in implementing the graded protection, an important mechanism is to synchronize planning and construction and operation of the cybersecurity network. So our practice before was like, so if we need to build up a network, so we may only focus on the construction and building. So only we may require that we need such a software to help to support the network. So usually in a physical environment, we need to deploy servers and terminals so that this operation can be run smoothly. But such a system is usually in lack of cybersecurity protection. So our new requirements is that we need to synchronize protection system building. When the system is is set up and began its operation. So the construction, building, and operation and protection should be built simultaneously. So the design of the network, we need also to consider the boundary security, data security, when building up the infrastructure. So we need configuration regarding cybersecurity protection. All those measures are taken to ensure a more secure network. So anyway, key or critical instructions will be given more attention in designing the network. Usually, the impact is huge. For example, the energy, public transportation, and the water conservation. Once attacked or data being breached, so the scale of the leak can be huge. For example, it's a million lines of data being leaked, which will be a huge damage for the national security. Next, I'm going to introduce about the regulation and standards for graded protection. I'm not going into details of these standards. So from the perspective of the graded protection system, so I will define a little bit about the concepts of graded protection system. So as early as in 1999, regulations of the PRC's Security Protection Computer System has been established according to the Department of the State. And in 2007, we also have these measures for management and information security level protection regulations. So this is a concrete network regarding the legal basis. And next, we're going to have a look at the standards for graded protection. Since the year of 1999, we have established a computer information system and the guidelines for classification of security levels. And at later stages, we have issued the basic requirements for security level protection of the information system in 2019. And we have done a lot of work to improve the graded protection system. So in 2008, we have issued the first version of this information protection graded guidelines. It is also being called the grading information system 2.0. So we can summarize like that. From the year of 2018 till now, we have constantly improved the system. So here are some details about how it was formed, but I'm not going into that detail. So many will be focusing on the current graded protection system. According to the national standard 17859 to 11999. So the definition is as the follows. So usually 5 security levels are categorized. Let's look at them one by one. So what are they? What are their characteristics? So firstly, grade 1 is being called user independent protection level, which means the users exercise protection of its network. So mainly the user is responsible for the safety of the data in the system. So the user can set up the standard of the safety levels. For example, regarding the autonomous access control, identity authentication, and data integrity protection. So in the process of communicating or storaging of information, those information are not to be changed or tampered by a third party. So the level 2 is called system audit protection compared to level 1. So it has added some additional protection measures. For example, the object reuse security audit. The major difference lies in, so there is a clear definition about the subject and object. So security audit has been added as a new function. And third level is called security mark protection. So on the base of level 2, we have added mandatory access control, security marking, and so on. So compared to level 2, so autonomous access control and the mandatory access control, the differences mainly lies in the subject who is responsible for the exercising of the access control. So for example, if I set up the network, so I can decide who can access the system or the data. So who can change or temper those information. So if I'm the designer of the system, I can make decisions all by myself. And on the other hand, mandatory access control, the access control will be granted not by the user, but by the authority. So in this level, the user cannot set up or the level of protection, but it is the administrator who will decide who is the subject, who is the object. So this is called mandatory access control. And also we have the security marking. For example, this subject or object, each user or visitor will be given a mark. And the level 4 is more serious. So functions like covert channel analysis and trusted passwords has been added. So for example, all the control or operation from the level of chip to the application level, and there is a pathway regarding whether such operation is being trusted or not. So with the help of trusted path, we can prevent the malicious operation from outside party or the system being affected by virus. So the highest level of protection is called access verification protection. So we have added a new function that is called trusted recovery. So the recovery is regarding the data and the business operation. So the process of recovery is trustworthy. So this can prevent the process of recovery being tampered by others or data being tampered. So these are the classification and grading of protection system. The information system, so they need to be graded first. So all those information system that requires protection, they should be graded first with the metrics of level 1 to level 5 in the process of grading. So we need to consider the grading elements. So usually we divide the elements into two categories. First one is the object of the attack. So which means the object that is involved or affected by potential attack. So the other element we should consider is about the degree of attack on the object. It can be general damage, serious damage, or particularly serious damage. So general damage means that the job performance can be impacted to some extent and reduce the operational capacity. But the impact to the organization and the society is limited. So this is called general damage. So that serious damage means that the functions of the system are seriously affected and the business process is affected in a great degree. And the performance of the major functions are seriously affected. And also there are serious legal problems and property losses and social impact caused. And also the next one is particularly serious damage. So which means the job functions are seriously affected, business process is significantly reduced, and performance of major functions is seriously affected. And the impact, negative impact caused to the society organizations is huge. Even the state security is concerned. So from the such perspectives, so from the perspective of supervising, the first level is usually supervised by the enterprise or user itself. So in the practice of China, the enterprises or individual users are responsible for the protection of the information system. And the second and third level are supervised by the district level public security authorities. So this is a compulsory protection. And the fourth level is usually supervised by the municipal public security authorities. And the level 5, when level 5 is activated, the state security authority will get involved. So level 1 is autonomous protection level. It means if the information system is damaged, the rights and interests of citizens or legal persons or other organizations will be damaged. But usually, national security, social order, and public interest will not be damaged. And the second level is also called the guided protection level. So in this case, if the information system is damaged, it will cause serious damage to the legitimate rights and interests of the citizen and legal persons and other organizations, or cause partial damage to the national security. For example, the level 1 protection information system are usually the personal blogs, personal websites. So no important data will be displayed or stored in such websites. So it will cause limited damage to personal life, or the degree of the damage is limited. And the second level, usually, it refers to the information system used by enterprises and the companies. For example, the internal system regarding financial process. When this system is breached, the damage is usually limited to the company itself. So it will not cause damage to the social order or public interest. But sometimes it can affect the general public. For example, a website for the customers to book train, railway station train tickets or something like that. So the impact can be controlled. And let's look at level 3. So it means after the information is damaged, it will cause serious damage to the social or the public interests, or even cause damage to the national security.
公共网站啊，公共网站，如
So,
果
for example, some websites operated by the government, which is involving the public interest, when the IT system is affected. So, for example, the e-commerce website and the system, so it will cause a large scale impact to the general public and the society. So all these are belonging to level 3 protection level. So we just mentioned some critical infrastructure. So we will exercise more protective measures to ensure the livelihoods of our society. And level 4 is mandatory protection level. So it indicates that the information system, once being damaged, will cause particularly serious damage to social order, public interests, or even cause very serious damage to the national security. So this has something to do with intelligence system of the state level. And this is special control protection level. And once breached, this information system can cause particular serious damage to the national security. So these are the grading requirements. So when decide the level or grading of information system, we should also consider
一个是会受到的这个受到攻击以后会造成多大的
once
影响。
being infringed, the scale of the impact and the degree of the infringement to the objects. We need to consider these two elements.
一个是业务信息安全。
So also we need to consider the security information security of the business.
我们的业务的信息
So it means the information regarding to the business or operation.
信息泄露啊，这是业务
We
信
need
息
to ensure that
另一
those
个呢是
data
系统服务安全
are not going to be leaked.
系统服务安全就代表
And
就是这个系统
another one is system service
它能够
security. We use letter A to mark this one.
它能够保障这个系统的
So it's a protection measure to ensure the system to continue its operation even under attack.
业务系统安全啊，主要考虑
So the first one is business information security.
我们主要考虑
We need to consider its confidentiality and integrity. And while with the system service security, we need to consider its availability.
遭受攻击以后，它所遭受的
So
影响的范围和影响的程度。
we need to consider the impact scale
然后呢
and the degree of the attack.
等级由业务信息安全保护
So the security protection level of the graded object is usually determined by the higher of the business information security protection level and the system service security protection level is decided by the higher
的矩阵表
of the system risk.
简单看一下。
So this is a matrix table for the system grading.
我们来看一下
So usually the first is object of attack. So we can look at either is S. So usually it has something to do with the secrecy. So when the lawful rights and interests of citizens, legal persons, and other organizations, so we can look at the metrics on the right side. When the social order, public interest is concerned, so it can be grade 2 or grade 3 or even grade 4. So if serious impact or damage has been caused, so according to the level of the degree of the damage, we will divide them into different grades in the actual practice. So with this definition of this grading system, we can further analysis the actual grading of particular case. For example, a gateway website, so it's usually has relatively lower requirements for the continuity of business. So it has relatively lower requirements for availability, but it has relatively higher requirements regarding confidentiality and integrity. So generally speaking, so in a gateway website, so usually the confidential requirement is not very high, but is system service security level is higher. If such websites is being suspended from providing service to the general public, so it has a very limited impact on the business. For example, another example, it has something to do with water conservation surveillance system. So a surveillance system need to work continuously. So its availability requirement is higher, but its confidentiality requirement and integrity requirement is relatively lower. So all the data regarding the business, the water conservation. So in general, no one or very few entities will have interest in breaching the data security in this regard. But we need to ensure its availability because it's a service open to the general public. So let's look at the system grading results. According to the S level, security level, and the A level, so comprehensively. So if you want to grade a system, so for example, S level S1 and A level A1. So the combination will tell you that the security grade is grade 1. So for example, S1 and the combination of A2 or S2, A1, S2, A2, these combinations will be categorized into grade 2. Likewise, grade 3 will have different combinations regarding the business information security and the system service security. So the final grade will be determined by the higher of the two, either is regarding S or A.
安全等级要就高这样呢才能够提供更好的安全保
So
护。
with this principle, we can clearly define the grade.
分为这么几步，首先呢是要
So the steps or process of grading. The first one is determine the grading object. So it includes the traditional information system, basic information infrastructure, industrial control system, cloud computing platform, Internet of Things, and network based on mobile information technology and big data platform. So usually in grading this level, we will consider all the equipment as a whole rather than any individual server. The second one is process is preliminary classification. So we can then decide the grade level based on its business information security and system service security. And the third process is done with expert review.
So
the grading process also involves IT experts and business experts. So they will give their own independent review and they will issue their review opinions. So for example, the security level is level 3. So the national information security protection experts and the panel will then be called upon to make individual review. So such an information system, when grading, so they lead the involvement of security authority and so on. So just now I have made a short introduction about the grading system and how we decide the grade of a particular information system. Now, grade protection 2.0 basic requirements. So this is a highlight of this cybersecurity protection system. So this 2.0 cybersecurity protection, so for the technical requirements, usually we divided them into the so first, so 5 perspectives are divided here. The first one is a secure physical environment, followed by secure communication network, security zone boundary, secure computing environment, and the security management center. Regarding the managerial side, administrative requirements involving the management system, the organization, the managers, construction management, and operation and maintenance management. So now let's look at the cybersecurity technology system. So from the perspective of technology, the information system, when being graded, so in building the information system, we need to plan as a whole, and the design is relevant functions and the sections. So in the cybersecurity system, so on the bottom of the system is the physical environment. It means important or critical infrastructure or devices, for example, servers, internet devices, or storage devices, security-related equipment, and others. The physical environment where these equipment are deployed. So usually we put them in a information lab. So the secure physical environment. So usually we need to consider and design based on the following aspects. For example, the building itself, whether it is fitting the relevant the earthquake. So we have very detailed specifications and also about anti-theft treatment. So whether we have security doors, so the choice of doors or other physical levels. And also apart from that, and also we need to consider fireproof, waterproof, moisture-proof, and also anti-static proof. And whether we have a sustainable power supply. So for facility for the IT information system, power supply need to be continuous. And the next one, the green part, is about a secure communication network. So after all the facilities, the hardware has been deployed. So in the communication network, we need to consider the area division. So how many divisions we have? For example, we have the exchange area, servers area, or production area. So also we have some other divisions, for example, non-military divisions and also office division and also liaison division, for example. So if our data need to be connected to other authorities or other branches, so we have this division to realize this purpose. And also we have divisions for internal network or external division. So for example, in a hospital, so usually in the hospital, they have they have labs division and image division. So in such divisions, they have a lot of data regarding patients and medical research. And this information are highly secretive. So all this information will be stored in secure terminals. So this practice is usually to prevent those data from being leaked to other parties. And also we need to build up a division which can offer patients access of network. For example, if they want to make a booking or access to their personal information regarding their hospital visits. So all this information needs to be considered a different division. So the building of hospital with information technology. So we need to have different division to be responsible for different internet access. And the exchange between two different divisions In such cases, they need to be considered regarding the data safety. So division or the idea of division is very important. So for example, a hacker, if a hacker breached hospitals data information, they will not likely to take all the data information regarding the patients and or also medical research. So division is very important. So this is a division of areas and functions. And the second requirement is link redundancy. So the link of communication, it has to be it has to prepare for redundancy. So one of the channel is broken, the other channels can immediately be deployed to continue the business. And thirdly, the capacity of the communication network. So in peak hours, the capacity, whether the capacity can meet the business needs. And lastly is about security of these communications. So from the terminal, our service, or from the facility where the service stored, whether this communication channel is smooth. So there's a potential that any of these loads will be breached and the data being leaked. So this is a second level, secure communication. And thirdly, is about security zone boundary. So on the basis of area division, so within each area division, we need to build up border protection to prevent potential attack. Usually, so we have a firewall and gateway and so on to realize a zone boundary. So also we need to clarify what users can access what kind of control or data. This need to be controlled. So intrusion prevention, which means we need to take precautions. Security audit, I've already discussed earlier. So we need to store all the potential logs of attack for later investigation purpose. So the articles that are more detailed, I'm not going to explain here. So if you're interested, you can check on those detailed standards at a later stage. So the fourth level is secure computing environment. So usually it's about network equipment, security equipment, servers and terminals, and also system application and for various of applications in service. For example, whether these equipment or devices or servers or the application system, first you need to ensure the access or the signing up is secured. And also access control. Your setup of the access control, is it reasonable or not? And also the security in the process of communicating and data saving. So the integrity of storage and data protection, safety. For example, the servers once been attacked or suddenly experience electricity failure. So when the system is down, whether we can re-establish the system in a very shortly, or any emergency service can take over. And also we need to consider personal information protection and intrusion and so on. So all these are being considered in regards about secure computing environments. So if we combine all these four aspects together, so we have a security center.
区域或一个办公室来做这个事
It
情。
doesn't mean you have an individual office or center to do all these jobs. It means we have all these necessary measurements or deployments or plan or facilities to support a secure technology system. So it's all about management. So in one particular network, so we have a various of equipment, service. Maybe they come from different manufacturers. So who is responsible for the managing of such devices, equipments? So we lead a centralized management access. So once problem arise, we can make quick decisions or response. And also we lead overall access to all the potential reasons for system failures and surveillance and audits in a centralized way, including the upgrading of the system, maintenance of the system. So a centralized management measures are needed. So the mainstream security management system, all these security products, so they rely deeply on centralized management, monitoring, audits, analysis, and so on. So they will collect data about the operation of different devices in the system and also their operation logs, and to make earlier decisions about potential emergencies or incidents. And also they can help them to identify the malfunction very quickly. So these are the four security technology system in the cybersecurity. So on this slide, you can see the English information about this cybersecurity technology system. You can have a look. So the orange color part, this is a security physical environment. In the green color area, this is a secure communication network. And in the red part, that's the secure computing environment. So on the left of the slide, so this is a security center.
Now,
let me have introduce the 5 elements of information security. There used to be only 3 elements. Now we have 5. So the information security system exploring. 5 elements. The first one is confidentiality. It means that information can be only accessed or used by authorized parties, persons, or entities to prevent unauthorized information disclosure. So this is confidentiality. So this measure is deployed to ensure that only authorized personnel can view or modify the information. The second one is integrity. This means that we need to ensure that information is not tampered with, damaged, or lost during the transmission or storage of the process. So, regarding confidentiality, we can use um, we can use encryption measures to protect its confidentiality. We can use digital signature and information summarizing operations to help ensure its confidentiality or integrity. So the verification code measure is not part of the integrity element. For example, the redundancy verification code. But it doesn't belong to the category of integrity. So it's about the integrity of the circuit. And next one is availability. It means we need to ensure that information system or data can be used or accessed properly when needed. And this is to prevent information from being unavailable due to system failure or other reasons. So availability refers to the availability of the business system. So secondly, it also refers to the information storage can be available when it's needed. And the first 3 elements is the traditional 3 elements of information security. And now we have the authenticity, the fourth element. This is to ensure that the source of information is reliable, and it is to prevent the spread of false information. So we need to verify the source of the information and ensure that authenticity of the information. We need to ensure that the source of the information cannot deny its source, and also the receiver of the information cannot deny the act of receiving the information. The later 2 elements, one is authenticity and long repudiation. So these are the elements very important to blockchain, chain block. So this ensures that the business process, for example, the shopping. So if you place an order, you cannot deny later at a later stage that you haven't placed this order. So these are the 2 elements that are used to ensure the transaction or trade is based on genuine will. So I will stop here for some time. Let's take a break. Let's take a short break.
大概休息一下，我们在4点钟的时候准时开始吧。
Let's resume our training at 4 p.m. Beijing time in 25 minutes.
Why did you choose to study here?
Because this place is impressive.
Because the craftsmanship here is outstanding.
Because this place is full of hope.
Because we're embracing the future here.
China, a nation civilization with a history of 5,000 years and the world's second largest economy, is experiencing prosperous economy and cultural development. On this Asian land,
Chongqing Polytechnic University of Electronic Technology,
a modern application-oriented college, is full of vitality.
Chongqing Polytechnic University of Electronic Technology
Was founded in 1965. It is located in Chongqing, a highland of opening up in western China. Located in the central city of the country, this modern college, full of historical heritage, has a large number of high-level faculty and teachers and students from home and abroad. For things given by the nature, human exploitation is also needed. This is the oldest Chinese philosophy for the application of technology. The Chinese believe that everything exists naturally, and it is up to people to achieve it through what skills. What is the purpose of study? It must be striving for virtue and knowledge. So, how do you study? You should focus on innovation.
CQUT,
Is fully engaged in the education of applied technology, witnessing modern and scientific innovation engineering with you. Excellent and advanced teaching facilities and equipment support the implementation of applied technology. Students' personalized development is brought into full play, and their dreams are blooming freely here. What can you get here? As the first ranked electronic information college in China,
CQUT,
has built a perfect and accurate professional system according to its own college positioning, combining the integration, the production, and education, and the college purpose of collaborative education, so that every moment of time flows in the creation, so that wisdom can be released in every inch of space. Here, China-style teaching is in line with internationalization.
CQUT,
Aims to jointly build, discuss, and share cooperation resources, create the most vivid international alliance, establish international talent training standards for vocational education, and realize high-quality development of international schools.
CQUT,
Has led the establishment of Central Africa Chongqing Vocational Education Alliance to build the platform, integrate resources, and provide services for Chinese vocational colleges to carry out international cooperation in African countries. Relying on the alliance,
CQUT,
carries out international activities every year, leads vocational education to steadily carry out various international cooperation projects and exchanges, and provides strong support for vocational education to revitalize itself in order to promote vocational education to serve the construction of the Belt and Road Initiative and strengthen the cooperation with the vocational education of countries inside and outside the Belt and Road region.
CQUT,
Has built overseas branch schools and training centers such as Laos Supergrade College, China Thailand International College, China Africa Uganda ICT College, China Uganda Workshop, and Bangkok Vocational Education Center Teaching Training China Base. They provide talent support for the development of the digital economy and implement advanced vocational education.
CQUT
Has built a multi-dimensional training system of Chinese plus skills plus people-to-people exchanges, explored the three-dimensional double line and one core talent cultivation mode for international students, helped China's enterprises in the future of cross-cultural management, maintained teacher exchange relations with Germany, France, Hungary, Canada, and other countries, established international training bases, and promoted the internationalization of faculty. Thought determines the height of civilization, and applied technology is an eternal arena for human civilization. In the past 5 years,
CQUT
has won 345 national competition awards, 96 first prize. Li Xiaosong, a student independently trained,
by CQUT
won the gold medal on behalf of China in the optoelectronic technology event of World Skills Competition Special Competition 2022. We have achieved a major breakthrough and remarkable achievement. That is, for the first time, China independently successfully launched the World Skills Competition and won the gold medal. In addition,
CQUT
has built 3 training bases for World Skills Competition events, such as optoelectronic technology, cybersecurity, and vehicle body repair, ranking among the top in higher vocational competition rankings in double high plan projects, and also has excellent rankings in other national projects. You and I together, what should be the future? No matter when you start, it's important not to stop after the beginning, just like we started our story together at this moment. I believe that the earth will be filled with miracles and mountains and rivers will change a lot because of us. When technology is transformed into the stage of civilization, digital will be engraved with passion, and intelligence will promote the future evolution. We will never stop. Why did you choose to study here?
Because this place is impressive.
Because the craftsmanship here is outstanding.
Because this place is full of hope.
Because we're embracing the future here.
China, a nation civilization with a history of 5,000 years and the world's second largest economy, is experiencing prosperous economy and cultural development. On this Asian level,
Chongqing Polytechnic University of Electronic Technology,
a modern application-oriented college, is full of vitality.
Chongqing Polytechnic University of Electronic Technology
Was founded in 1965. It is located in Chongqing, a highland of Opiniana in western China. Located in the central city of the country, this modern college, full of historical heritage, has a large number of high-level faculty and teachers and students from home and abroad. For things given by the nature, human exploitation is also needed. This is the oldest Chinese philosophy for the application of technology. The Chinese believe that everything exists naturally, and it is up to people to achieve it through what skills. What is the purpose of study? It must be striving for virtue and knowledge. So, how do you study? You should focus on innovation.
CQUT
Is fully engaged in the education of applied technology, witnessing modern and scientific innovation engineering with you. Excellent and advanced teaching facilities and equipment support the implementation of applied technology. Students' personalized development is brought into full play, and their dreams are blooming freely here. What can you get here? As the first ranked electronic information college in China,
CQUT
has built a perfect and accurate professional system according to its own college positioning, combining the integration, the production, and education, and the college purpose of collaborative education, so that every moment of time flows in the creation, so that wisdom can be released in every inch of space. Here, China-style teaching is in line with internationalization.
CQUT
Aims to jointly build, discuss, and share cooperation resources, create the most vivid international alliance, establish international talent training standards for vocational education, and realize high-quality development of international schools.
CQUT
Has led the establishment of Central Africa Chongqing Vocational Education Alliance to build the platform, integrate resources, and provide services for Chinese vocational colleges to carry out international cooperation in African countries. Relying on the alliance,
CQUT
carries out international activities every year, leads vocational education to steadily carry out various international cooperation projects and exchanges, and provides strong support for vocational education to revitalize itself in order to promote vocational education to serve the construction of the Belt and Road Initiative and strengthen the cooperation with the vocational education of countries inside and outside the Belt and Road region.
CQUT
Has built overseas branch schools and training centers such as Laos Silk Road College, China-Thailand International College, China-Africa-Uganda ICT College, China-Uganda Workshop, and Bangkok Vocational Education Center Teaching Training China Base. They provide talent support for the development of the digital economy and implement advanced vocational education.
CQUT
Has built multi-dimensional training system of Chinese plus skills plus people-to-people exchanges, explored the three-dimensional, double line, and one-core talent cultivation mode for international students, helped China's enterprises in the future of cross-cultural management, maintained teacher exchange relations with Germany, France, Hungary, Canada, and other countries, established international training bases, and promoted the internationalization of faculty. Thought determines the height of civilization, and applied technology is an eternal arena for human civilization. In the past 5 years,
CQUT
has won 345 national competition awards, 96 first prize. Li Xiaosong, a student independently trained,
by CQUT
won the gold medal on behalf of China in the Optoelectronic Technology event of World Skills Competition Special Competition 2022. We have achieved a major breakthrough and remarkable achievement. That is, for the first time, China independently successfully launched the World Skills Competition and won the gold medal. In addition,
CQUT
has built 3 training bases for World Skills Competition events, such as optoelectronic technology, cybersecurity, and vehicle body repair, ranking among the top in higher vocational competition rankings in double high climb projects, and also has excellent rankings in other national projects. You and I together, what should be the future? No matter when you start, it's important not to stop after the beginning, just like we started our story together at this moment. I believe that the earth will be filled with miracles and mountains and rivers will change a lot because of us. When technology is transformed into the stage of civilization, digital will be engraved with passion, and intelligence will promote the future evolution. We will never stop. Why did you choose to study here?
Because this place is impressive.
Because the craftsmanship here is outstanding.
Because this place is full of hope.
Because we embracing the future here.
China, a nation civilization with a history of 5,000 years and the world's second largest economy, is experiencing prosperous economy and cultural development. On this Asian level,
Chongqing Polytechnic University of Electronic Technology,
a modern application-oriented college, is full of vitality.
Chongqing Polytechnic University of Electronic Technology
Was founded in 1965. It is located in Chongqing, a highland of Opinian in western China. Located in the central city of the country, this modern college, full of historical heritage, has a large number of high-level faculty and teachers and students from home and abroad. For things given by the nature, human exploitation is also needed. This is the oldest Chinese philosophy for the application of technology. The Chinese believe that everything exists naturally, and it is up to people to achieve it through what skills. What is the purpose of study? It must be striving for virtue and knowledge. So, how do you study? You should focus on innovation.
CQUT,
Is fully engaged in the education of applied technology, witnessing modern and scientific innovation engineering with you. Excellent and advanced teaching facilities and equipment support the implementation of applied technology. Students' personalized development is brought into full play, and their dreams are blooming freely here. What can you get here? As the first ranked electronic information college in China,
CQUT,
has built a perfect and accurate professional system according to its own college positioning, combining the integration, the production, and education, and the college purpose of collaborative education, so that every moment of time flows in the creation, so that wisdom can be released in every inch of space. Here, China-style teaching is in line with internationalization.
CQUT,
Aims to jointly build, discuss, and share cooperation resources, create the most vivid international alliance, establish international talent training standards for vocational education, and realize high-quality development of international schools.
CQUT,
Has led the establishment of Central Africa Chongqing Vocational Education Alliance to build the platform, integrate resources, and provide services for Chinese vocational colleges to carry out international cooperation in African countries. Relying on the alliance,
CQUT,
carries out international activities every year, leads vocational education to steadily carry out various international cooperation projects and exchanges, and provides strong support for vocational education to revitalize itself in order to promote vocational education to serve the construction of the Belt and Road Initiative and strengthen the cooperation with the vocational education of countries inside and outside the Belt and Road region.
CQUT,
Has built overseas branch schools and training centers such as Laos Silk Road College, China-Thailand International College, China-Africa-Uganda ICT College, China-Uganda Workshop, and Bangkok Vocational Education Center Teaching Training China Base. They provide talent support for the development of the digital economy and implement advanced vocational education.
CQUT,
Has built a multi-dimensional training system of Chinese plus skills plus people-to-people exchanges, explored the three-dimensional, double line, and one-core talent cultivation mode for international students, helped China's enterprises in the future of cross-cultural management, maintained teacher exchange relations with Germany, France, Hungary, Canada, and other countries, established international training bases, and promoted the internationalization of faculty. Thought determines the height of civilization, and applied technology is an eternal arena for human civilization. In the past 5 years,
CQUT
has won 345 national competition awards, 96 first prize. Li Xiaosong, a student independently trained,
by CQUT
won the gold medal on behalf of China in the Optoelectronic Technology event of World Skills Competition Special Competition 2022. We have achieved a major breakthrough and remarkable achievement. That is, for the first time, China independently successfully launched the World Skills Competition and won the gold medal. In addition,
CQUT
has built 3 training bases for World Skills Competition events, such as optoelectronic technology, cybersecurity, and vehicle body repair, ranking among the top in higher vocational competition rankings in double high plan projects, and also has excellent rankings in other national projects. You and I together, what should be the future? No matter when you start, it's important not to stop after the beginning, just like we started our story together at this moment. I believe that the earth will be filled with miracles and mountains and rivers will change a lot because of us. When technology is transformed into the stage of civilization, digital will be engraved with passion, and intelligence will promote the future evolution. We will never stop.
好，差不多我们可以继续了吗？
Okay, shall we resume our training?
好的，好，时间差不多到了哈，好，我就继续。好，刚才呢我们讲到信息安全的5要素，好，现
So
在呢
just now we mentioned the 5 elements of information security.
安全技术体系啊，它的一个技术层面啊有哪
So
些？
now we'll be discussing the technical
有哪些技术哈？就是我们
aspects.
在
What kind of technology are involved
的时候有哪
in
些
this
技术是
regard?
可以使用的？
So we can use what kind of technologies.
标识
For example, the first one is identification and authentication techniques.
用户登录啊，就是系统
So regarding the
第一道屏障
login process, the first
用户登录的时候
border.
我们常见的就是用口
So the
令键
common used
用户没有密
technologies
码
are usually the password authentication, biometric identification, and digital certificate authentication.
啊，比如说我们有一些验证码啊，包括
So
短信
verification code through text messages
啊，这些
and so
是一
on.
些辅助的一些
These are the assisted ways to verify the user's identity. So in identifying the user's identity, we need to ensure the authentication, and also we need to consider someone can surpass the process or try to use violent actions to going around this process. We have a variety of verification codes technologies involved. So the basic technologies here is usually the password, the biometric information, for example, your fingerprint, your voice, and facial recognition, and they are widely used. And another major category is to use digital certificate authentication. This is widely used when you visit a website. So the certificate can give you information about this website, and the users can use this certificate as well. For example, when you log in your electronic banking system, so you need to showcase your user certificate to show your identity. So digital certificate authentication is a higher degree of identification process. So that's for the identification and authentication techniques. So for a common system, we can just use a username and the password to log in. And sometimes we will use a combination of different technologies. For example, you need to log in the password and also some other biometric identification. So these are the double identification or authentication. And second one is access control technologies. As I mentioned earlier, we have autonomous access control and mandatory access control. So mostly nowadays, we use autonomous access control. It means that as the administrator of the website, I can decide which users can be granted access control. Also, each user need to have their own username or account. And also we need to divide functions according to the list of the users and give corresponding access levels. So for example, we have the administration personnel for our website. So when there's incidents regarding security take place, we can trace down which one is responsible for the incident and also the traceability. So a user account, a lot of people are using the same user account. In this case, what if we identify a potential hacker attack? So how can we narrow down which user account or accessed by which individual person? So we need to make sure each user will use their own user account to log in, and given their different roles and identity. And thirdly, the data integrity protection technology for storage and transmission. Usually you can use a verification code summary or fingerprint information to recognize that either the information has been tampered or not. And also we can use data encryption technology, as well as access control, border isolation, and so on, to ensure the data integrity during the whole process. So the fourthly is the storage and transmission of data confidentiality protection technology. So usually they consist of the cryptography techniques or algorithms. For example, the SSH and our traditional when you log in a system, for example, Telnet, which is not encrypted, and also you can use a protocol like HTTPS, so it's not safe. I mean, HTTP is less secure than HTTPS, and also we have FTPS technology to ensure the safety in the transmission of data. And also we have the access control and border isolation. Regarding border isolation, usually we have firewall or we have the detection of intrusion and in the application level and the gateway to anti-virus. And we also have logical isolation and border isolation. So it's very understandable regarding the physical border isolation. So if we cut the physical connection, so we can use so a gateway switch off devices, they can isolate the information from outside access. And we will use a package to protect the data information. So it can realize a higher level of logical isolation. And the network access is used to prevent the incidents that some unauthorized users to get access to data. So we can control the connection from the terminal devices, preventing them from getting access to the nuclear information of the network. So these are very important in safeguarding the border of the network. So in our simulations previously, we have practiced the internet intrusion, because nowadays the Wi-Fi, the wireless network is commonly used. So it will make it possible for possible hacker to get close to the network. So if we don't have access control, they can roaming and loitering in the network. So with this network access, we can ensure the safety of our system. And the fortress machine is useful when the user is visiting the data of the network. You need to go through the fortress machine. So all the access granted is issued from the fortress machine. From the outside of the fortress machine, you cannot see any information from inside the fortress machine. So in this border isolation and protection technology, we also have operation and maintenance management. So OM management means we lead a special management channel, and in the meanwhile, to audit the operation and maintenance process. We have a specialized platform for this regard. They have a centralized management for operation and maintenance and content filtering. means that during the transmission of data between the external internal network, they can filter certain information based on keywords. So this realize dynamic management over sensitive information or some information being leaked, and also it can be used as a method to prevent the false information spreading within the network. And another very important area is the safe operation and availability protection. So this includes security audit, flow analysis, performance and safety monitoring, and redundant backup and fault recovery. So security audit, as I mentioned before. So these are used to conduct analysis regarding the potential cyber attack and flow analysis. We use some devices to count the flow of the network physics to determine the risk and performance and safety monitoring. They are used to ensure we have good control of the functioning or performance of our equipments. For example, we can detect a sudden connection from within to the outside network. We can observe unusual activities. And lastly, the redundant backup and the fault recovery is used to ensure emergencies when our data was deleted or tampered. So usually in a medium size or large size network, we also use platform to control the password and we have this password infrastructure platform in our current networks. So the confidentiality of information has received great attention. So for networks which have a high demanding regarding confidentiality, so a platform for password management is necessary. So such platforms, for example, we have the PKI, PMI, and also KMI, the authorization management infrastructure and the key management infrastructure. It provides support for security information systems to achieve confidentiality, integrity, authenticity, and access control, and some other mechanism. For example, we know the Windows operation system is surface support a function is called domain. So the function of domain, so it has a build-up of infrastructure. It uses the corpus protocol, and it will issue tickets to the users. The user need to apply for the ticket access firstly. So this infrastructure are needed to ensure the safety of the network. So in the future, in the medium to large networks, so this password infrastructure platform are necessary. So usually we will set up a server specialized for the password management. So we use a lot of algorithm or software to help to enhance the encryption.
这个管理
Let's
平台呢，跟前面的密码安全平台也是一样的，在
is the
中大型的
information
网络
system
里面呢
security management
都需
platform.
要使用新系统安全管理平台。这个安全管
So
理平
in
台
large
呢，它是
networks,
可以通过
this
对各种
platform
信息
is
设
generally
备、一
used.
些软件、人员角色等进行集中
So
监控，
it can
外
through
源
with
分离的各种
centralized
信息
monitoring and
可以
management
生
of
成
various
一个
information
这些
security
主
equipment,
体
security
实现
software
实时
personnel
查
roles,
找
and
管
various
理过
information
程中
resources that
实
were
时状态监测，
originally separated and linked into the
策略调整，
organic and the
整合
cooperative
安全设
whole
计，
to
实
realize
时关
real-time
联
status
以
monitoring.
及恰当
And
及时
also you
的
can realize
接受
risk assessment, dynamic policy adjustment, comprehensive security audit,
以往的
and the data association processing and
系
so
统
on.
中，如果发
So
生
in
了
the
人员
past,
事件，安
in
全管理员
the
需要
networks,
在
once
各个
some
设备上
incidents take
去
place,
单独的去检
the
测
security
安全
personnel
效
need
率
to
降低，
check
效率会降低。
individual
通过使用新
part
的安全
of
管理
the
平台，
network.
我们的管理员
Now
呢
with the
可以
use of the
很快的
information
根据
system
信息
security management
去发
platform,
现这些问
we
题，
can
而且
work
在
on the
响应的
basis
时
of the
候
whole
也
system,
会非
and
常及时，也很迅速。
it has a more timely response.
好，现在呢，我们就来看一下这些网络安全技术的应用。
So
这是
let's
一
look at this
个
application
这是
of
一
this
个
cybersecurity
常用的
technology.
就是普通的一个网络的一个
So
TOP
this
接
is
口这算
this
是
organization of
这
a
个规模
typical
的
network. This is a
一个网络
medium-sized network.
这个网络拓扑呢，它有几个区域左上角呢
So
是
on the left upper column,
专用的外联区域就是
so
外部
this
接
is
口
a
区域。这个
external
上方
export
中间
area.
呢是互联网
So
的
on the
专
right
用区域
part,
右上方呢
so this
是
is
对外的服务器区域，相当于
internet
DMZ 区
exit
是对外提
and
供
the
服务
entrance
区域
area.
里面呢，通
And
常
on the
我们
right
是
part,
通过
we have the DMZ area.
一些对外提供业务的一些服务器。好，
And also
左
on
边
the
中间
right
呢是终端接入区域
lower
就好比说
corner,
是
we have the
客户
server
的服务
area.
区。右边终端呢是其他的服务器区域
Also,
比
we
如说
have
一些
the
其他
terminal
的
access
硬件服务
area
器
and
软件
all
服务器，
operation
是
and
非
maintenance
生产的
management
核心的
area.
非核心、非生产的一些服务器的区域。左下方呢是运维管理的
So
区
on
域，
the
能
left
够运行
lower corner, we have
也
this
包括了
operation and
运
management
维主机还
audit.
有防病毒的
For
服务器
example, we
还有
have
自动
this
扫描。
deployment of intrusion
右下角呢
detection
是
APT
核心服务器
and
区域
vulnerability
有些服务器
scanning
区
and
我
antivirus
们最核
purpose.
心的一些业务
The
数
most
据
nuclear
生产数据
business
里面
or
它是对我们
production
最核心的业
data
务服务以及存储了
stored
我们最机密的一些数据信息，最重要的数据信息。好，然后呢，我们看一下
Okay, let's look
在
at
这个互联网的出口区域，通常呢我们会部署
so in the middle
链
part.
路负载均衡就是负载均衡，提供一个链路级别的一个完整性一个冗余
So we need to
链路级别
ensure the
的保障
integrity of the linkage
我们会部
load
署下一代防火
and
墙
also
去
deployed
增强
next generation
流量
firewall
控制
and
流量
also
控
the
制
flow
来做
management
我们边界
facilities
的一个流量
to
管理
ensure the border control.
在 DMZ 区域DMZ
So
区域
in the
通
DMZ
常会
area,
部署
we will
WEB
deploy
防火墙
WEB application
WEB
firewall
application firewall 这里还有就是我们的威胁检测
and also detection probe
威胁检测
facilities.
探针在终端接入区域呢，通常我们会接入上网
So
行
in
为
the
管理的这么一个设备比如就是对终端区域
the
呢
terminal
做
access area, we
行
have
为的
deployed
就是
online
对
behavior
外网络
management.
的行为的一个管理
So
还有就
this
是
controls
网络
the
准入
access to the
还有
outside
就是我们的
network.
准入就是
And
防
also
火
we
墙
have network
可以
access
接入
system deployed to prevent potential illegal access.
那么在运维管理区域
So in the
通
O
常
and
我们
M
说
management
运
area,
维
we
审计
usually
系统
deploy operation and
资审
maintenance
计系统
audit,
这个
intrusion
OPT 还
detection,
有防病毒服务器漏
and
洞扫描
servers
系统
that help
等
to
等
antivirus,
我们的还有这个
vulnerable scanning facilities,
入侵检
and
测
so
系
on.
统也 也会部署在这里。
So these devices are usually deployed here.
另外，我们的安全管理平台通常也会部署
And
在
also we usually have this security protection area deployed in this area, the OM management area. So within the server area, so we will set up another the next generation firewall. So the difference between the firewall and the next generation firewall in the traditional firewall usually. So usually they use gateway technology, so they can exercise protection and basic flow control. But the next generation firewall, so based on the traditional functions offered by the firewall, it can integrate in invasion preventing and virus protection functions. So this is called next generation firewall. So we can say the next generation firewall is a comprehensive border protection.
很多防护的事情就一块儿就给它做了
So it's a comprehensive measure. So it's now widely used in a lot of networks. And also we have in the server area, we have the database audit, detection probe, and so on. And also sometimes we will have the disaster recovery system deployed. So there we'll have a lot of measures to protect the network. And these technologies and measures, usually they come in the forms of products. Apart from products, we also have some security strategies and corresponding services. So I will elaborate more later. So now let me share with you some of the network security management system. So this system consists documentation of management into 4 areas. So on the top is a policy and strategy. So this is a guideline documentation regarding the network security. Below it, we have the management system and regulations. So under the guidance of the strategies and policies, we need to make various mechanisms, regulations, and principles to give a clear guidance for each department to follow. And thirdly, we have the implementation process and details. Here, we have in detailed implementation process and standards for management of technology content to support the second layer. For example, we have a management system for password or system security. For example, in such a management, so you need to decide how many digits of the password it should be. And also for the standard of using the facilities, what time to open the system, open the office, close the door, or cut the electricity. So all these, the procedures will be indicated in such management regulations. So we have a lot of different process to give our users the operation standards. So in the second level, so we can say we need to carry out exercise of security practice. So we need to make sure everybody have the access to the directories. So on the fourth layer is about running records or incident records. So it will lead to automatically record all the evidence of. For example, we need to record whether they have this practice, this emergency exercise, whether they have make a storage of important data and so on. So on regular basis, we will carry out the emergency exercise.
好，接下来呢，我们就来看一下哈。
Next, regarding this management system, so management is carried out by people. So in the organization, so regarding management, the chart of personnel. So this is the top layer. Is the Information Security Leadership Group. They are the decision-making and supervising personnel. And next, we have the management division personnel. So they carried out information security supervision responsibilities. And in the execution level, we have a lot of roles. For example, security administrator, security system administrator, audit, database administrator, and so on. And next, so let's look at the content of the management system. So first, we'll have the security management system. So this will cover the security policy. This is a big picture of the system. And also we have the system of the management, including the formulation, and reissue of such management system. And also lastly, we have the review and the revision. So it will be used to determine whether you have a whole process management regarding every process of the system. And the next is the security management organization. So this covers post setting, staffing, authorization and approval, and communication and cooperation. Lastly, there is a review and inspection. First is a post setting. So we need to make a very clear definition of each post. What kind of posts are needed in the management process? For example, we have the administrator, we have the administrator of the facilities and database infrastructure, and also we have the director. And regarding the staffing, whether you have a complete range of personnel, so authorization and approval, this will decide who is responsible for the approval of events. And communication and cooperation is about liaison with our partners, whether they have communication over security protection issues. And also we need to communicate with authorities. For example, the authority regarding the information safety. Sometimes we will work together on some independent cases as a work tank, as a think tank, and the technical support. And lastly, the review and the inspection in this part, the person who is responsible to carry out review and inspection will be clarified.
然后安全管理体系里面的第三的一块儿啊，就是安全
And
管理
the
人员。
third section of the management system is personnel.
都是由人
So all the activities
执行的，所以
are carried out by human beings.
就非常
So the management of staffing
如
is
果人
very
员
important.
这一关卡关不严，那么
So
可能我们
if
问题就会发生
we are
在
not
内部啊，比如说
serious
有某个人
regarding the staffing,
他因为
so problem may arise from
遭到了
within.
的一些待遇，
So
为了
if
泄
some
愤
of the employees feel that they have not been treated fairly,
或者
some of the personnel may
啊一起啊把
carried out behaviors
来
like
出去
deleting
啊或者
the
说
internal information or sell such important information to a third
这
party.
些都会给我们组织机构
This will
带来
pose
巨大的
huge
损失啊巨大的损失，所以
risks to the system.
人员的录用就是安全管理人员的录用，
So the personnel recruitment is very important.
它要有良好的
We will have the background check,
良好的背景，还有一个正确的一个人格啊，
and also we will look at the mental health of the potential
然
employees
后还有一些专业的技能。
and also the professional
那么
skills.
这里呢分为几块儿，一个是人员的录用，人员的录用呢一定要有背景调查，还有背景调查，
So
还有
background
还有
check
技能测试。
and tests for their professional skills are
关
needed.
键的地方呢，关键
The
岗位
important point
要
is
签
that
保密协议。
the critical
安全管理人员
positions,
它很重要，它会
if we
牵扯
recruit
到
someone,
我们组织机
we
构的
we
合同
will ensure that they sign the
人
contract,
的
sign the
这个方面人
confidentiality
员他是
contract.
接触不到的，而我们的系统呢
Because the critical information usually they can only be accessed by some important
说
personnel in the
企
system.
业的生命啊，这一点非
We
常重要
say
啊，所以人员
that data is a lifeline of an enterprise.
一定要非常的谨慎。
So we need to be cautious in recruitment.
人员离岗
And
呢
secondly,
是
it's
当
about
这个人员离开啊，不管是因为这个我们组织
personnel who
要
are
求他离开，
leaving the
比如说
duty.
我们说炒鱿鱼嘛，或者说人员
So
因为有各种原因他自己离开啊，
so some people
那
will
么在离岗的时
they
候
will resign or
交
leave
接
the duty
啊，一定
out
要
of
做
his
交
own
接
will or being forced to leave because of incidents regarding
牌
security.
等之类的哈，要请交接。还有
So
就是
before they
在
leave
离
the
岗的时候
post, they need to hand back all
把
the
这个他的
access
密码、他的权限给他
and
收
all
回
the
啊，比如他的密码、他的那个账户要给他禁用，一定
and
要
also
及时的
we need to expand or cancel their
权限
account.
这样的例子呢，啊，还有点
So
多
we have lots of
在我们
examples
这里呢，之
in
前
this
我们
regard.
发生过一次人员离岗的问题。
So we have someone who was about to leave the duty,
这个零售业的
an enterprise who is doing the sales,
维护人员哈，他们对这个一个无人
maintenance personnel.
啊里面进行维护。那么这个
So their company is
离
mainly
岗了以后呢，然后呢，他可能
involved in the business of
舒服啊，
the
有一些泄愤
vendors
他觉得
on the
有
street.
这个公司呢可能对他不
So
够好
the individual
待遇开得不够高
feel
啊，
like
或者说怎么样
he was
然后
not
呢，有时候
treated
醉了
fairly.
以后呢，就跟
So after drinking one
再
time,
聊再调，调
so
酒
he
再聊，
was
然后呢就想到了说，
talking
哎，
about
我
his
虽然
work with
是
his friends.
已经离岗了，但是呢，我是
So
在
he
没
said,
有
I
这
have
个一
been,
个
I have
一
left
个
the
就是
post,
钥匙牌儿啊，
but still I have the
没有交回去，
access.
没有交回去，我还可以进那个就是无
So
人售卖的岗
still I can
去捞他
get
们
access
啊，然后
to
呢，
the
这两个
vendors.
好朋友呢，然后就
So
进
these
那个
two
然后把东西拿走了。
went
当
into
然，这一
the
切呢
facility of the
被
vendor
时间
automatic
啊
vending
记录下
machine.
来。后来呢，这个人
But
员呢被捕了啊，被捕了，就交
and
交
they
回
conduct
了
some
啊这个呢
stealing
这个事件哈，给
behavior.
公司呢也
And this incident taught us a lesson that we need to handle the access handover carefully, and also all the key access need to be treated with caution. And thirdly, it's about security awareness, education, and the training. This is also very important. We are offering this kind of training to a lot of organizations. So a lot of employees, usually they don't have a very high awareness about network security. For example, they will write down their network, their account and username and password in a label, which is sticked to the screen. And also the devices to keep the password, they just put it randomly on the table. They don't have this awareness of security. So also we will train them how to handle those confidential related files. After being disposed, they need to be taken care with caution. And also the printing process, the safety. Also in the operating a computer. So how about, for example, to delete trace or history, and the use of cookies and plugins. So when download such files, we need to be careful, and we need to teach our employee to be super cautious when they are doing it, using the network, and also the use of mobile devices. In addition, we will carry out skills-based training on regular basis. So our world is updating regarding the external risks. And lastly, the external personnel access management. So how do we handle the access from the external parties? For example, we need to take advantage of division of our network, and also we exercise a standard procedure. So these external personnel, they are not allowed to get close to critical infrastructures. So this is about personnel training. Next is about security construction management. So our IT system, when building and designing, so what kind of aspects we need to consider? So the safety and security of IT system, we need to synchronize the process of designing, building, and operating. So let's look at this procedure. So from the first step of building a security management system. So first is to grade the network, and also is finding. So first grading. For example, we need to design an OA system used inside enterprise. So we need to grade the OA system first. So usually it's a level 2. For example, another case is an e-commerce system. So this will involve transaction and banking. So this system will be at least grade 3. So different networks have different requirements regarding security level. So after grading, we need to embark the process of design of security scheme. The design of system is mainly about the functioning to ensure the smooth operation of the business.
还是部署在别人的托管的机房中呢，还是部署在云平台上呢？它跟其他的系
So
统
where to deploy our network, the server?
这些都是需要考虑。
We need to think about whether it is inside the enterprise or we use a cloud service.
就是数据密码保护该怎么做等等。这一系列安全方案的设计。
So the design of the system is very complicated. And then this product procedure and use of products. So before you begin the process of procurement, you need to make a market research and use a bidding or bidding process. And also, we need to consider the software development from in-house or outsourcing. So we need to design the rules for the security management. So regarding outsourcing software development, which means we can buy directly from third-party software developers. So this will involve some extra process, for example, the auditing of the code, whether there is a backdoor codes. So in a lot of scenarios, they will have the backdoor codes, and these codes can go around the security management. So maybe they will get access to your system in a secretive way. These are all risks. And next one is a project implementation. So after the IT system is completed, and this involves software development, but also the hardwares like security operation and testing. And next phase is test and acceptance. So after the project implementation is finished, we need to test whether this IT system can meet the needs of the production or service, and also whether the functioning part is adequate. And also we need to carry out security tests. And also the security management test result is also a very important indicator in the process of acceptance. Next phase is system delivery. So this is the process, the handover of the IT system from the developer to the user. Next phase is a great evaluation. So regarding this process, we need to test comprehensively the network security level, whether they meet relevant grades. We have grade 1 to grade 5 security levels. For example, the planning design is grade 3. So you will use grade 3 level to test whether it reached the standards.
好，最后呢就是服务供
Lastly,
应商的选择。
the last phase is service provider selection.
因为我们的服务哈，包括我们前面讲了，
So the
技
service
术以外还有安全服务，这个
include a lot of aspects
是一个这个服务
apart from the
泛的一个概念，它包括了业务
operating.
服务以及安全服务啊。
It
业务服务呢，就是
consists of a business operation
一些服务
service
商啊，比如说集成商等等啊，然后还有一些什么维保服务
and
等
also
等。
we have a
然后
maintenance
安全服务
service.
呢，就指的是
Security service
安全的
indicates
检查、安全的
about
行为、
the check
测
of
评
the system
等等
regarding
一些安
safety
全风险评估
and
啊，一些
evaluation of potential
这
asks
样。
and a series of services.
那么这一条呢，就是要求我们的服务供应商应当是
So this requires our service provider. They are law abiding, they are up to the standard.
好，在安全管理体系，在网络安全管理体系里面，最后
So
一项
the
就
last
是安全运维
section is about security operation and maintenance
安全
management.
运维管理呢，就运行维护 operator and management 啊这一块儿里面呢，安全运维首先对于环境的一个运维管理
So
啊
the
环境
O&M management has a
物理环境
high
我们怎
demanding
么去
from the
运行
environmental
比如说
setup.
我们要去检查
For example,
这个
we need to check
防火的一些措施啊有没有过期
all the
比如说我们的
facilities
气道里面
about
我们会用
fire,
到气体灭火装置
and in the
这个气
lab,
体灭火装置
we
它
will
是
need to
怎么使用
ensure
它不是
that
说
a lot
我
of
装置了以后就随
corresponding
便管了包括我们的灭火
facilities
器
or
它都是有
measures are
系统
taken
环境的管
in
理
accordance with the regulation
这
of
是
the
打一个比方哈是这样
network
另外呢
facilities.
我们这个机房里面它还有一些监控设
For
施设
example,
备
the surveillance
去进行一个检查
devices
第二个呢就
to
是介质
ensure
介质的管理就是指的
the
什么
operation.
介质就是
And secondly, it's
我们
about
的
media
数据需要
management.
备份那么这些备
So
份
the
的数据
data
比如说光盘
recovery,
或者
data
说磁带
storage, maybe we will use
或
a
者
disk
说硬
or
盘
tape
它应该放在
or
什么
hard
地
disk.
方应该放在一
So
个安全
where are they
带锁
expected
的
to be placed?
一个房间里面而且那个柜子呢应当是防火的柜子比如说铁皮柜
And all the
要防
cabinets
火
to
防潮
place
大
such
的就是
facilities,
时间久了以后
they are
我们的
water
介质它
and
受到
moisture
劣
proof.
质或者说因为火灾温度等等影响使介质损坏所以这是介质的管理另外
So
呢
this
这
is
个存储介质
media
呢应该
engagement
打包要
management.
标记好以
And
后
all
需
the
要取这个
facilities
介质的时候
need to
能
be
快速地定位
labeled
到我
properly.
要取得哪一块数据是这样哈
So in the later stage, if you want to find a
然
particular
后就是
disk,
设备
you know where to find it. And next
设备维
is
护的管理
equipment
呢
maintenance management.
就是我们的服务器
So this means
交
that
换机
our
路由器
servers,
防火墙
firewall,
等等这样的
and
一
so
些设
on,
备它们
these
都是需要
equipments,
维护
they
要定期
need
检查
maintenance
定期
and
更新
regular
我们的
check.
安全运维工作里面很
So the O&M management,
大一部分的工作就是
a lot
设备
of
的维护管理
the
比如
bulk
说
of the
设
work
备有没有损坏有没
is
有发生损坏
carried out regular
比
check
如
on
这里
all
呢
the
举
devices
一
or
下哈
equipment.
比如说我的这个设备如果坏了
For example,
有个部件坏
what
了
if
那么
a
它可能
device
下
or
线
a piece
啊
of
会下线
equipment
进行维修那么
is
维修
broken?
该有一个什么样的手续什么样的流程
So
特别是
regarding
涉
the
及到这个设备上
maintenance
含有
or
重要数据的
repairment,
情况含有重要数据的
how
情
do we
况
handle
那么在
the
维修的
situation,
时候
especially
那
when
么是不是
critical
会
information
考虑到一
is
些敏感数据的
storage
泄
in
露的问
those
题这一点
devices?
很重要这一点很重要
So to ensure that no
经
critical
常呢
information
会
is leaked.
会看到一些新闻
So from time to time,
这里呢
we will
都已经发生过几
find
次了一些新闻
news
那些维
about
修工
information
他们在维
leakage
修的时候呢
because of
没有按照
maintenance
标准
process.
操作
Because many of them
这
fail
时候
to
在
follow
维
the
修的时候
standard
呢窃取
of
一些
maintenance.
一些客户
The incidents of
然后
information
网
leakage
上
took
过程
place
当中去
constantly.
卖这种情况都是有的都是有的所以设备的维护管理这一块也是非常重要的非常重要的 我们很多这些问题哈，都是出
So a
在
lot of problem arise from this maintenance
类似的
personnel.
例子呢，我就不举了。
So we have numerous
以前抓过
examples
好多次这样的，
in this
电脑
regard.
坏了，拿给谁修，然后那个维修人员把里面
For
的什么照
example,
片
if
啊、
one of the computer is
什么视
broken,
频啊，全部翻出来，
so they
放到
upload
网上，传到软件，
photos
企业
and
来说，
videos
那么那些
from the
信
broken
息
computer
信息是
to
非常重要
the
的，所以这一块我们
internet.
要注意。
So we need to
第
be
四个项就
cautious
是
in
漏洞
this
和风
regard.
险的管理。
And next
漏洞和
is
风险就是我们要定期地
vulnerability
去检查
and
系统
risk
安全
management.
啊，
So
以
we
及
need
定
to
期地
check
识
those
别这些安全风险。这些风险
vulnerabilities
我
and
们怎么
potential
样
risks,
去，比如说化解风险、规避风
and
险。
also our solution to deal with such
那么
vulnerabilities
呢，
and
我们要想
risks.
办法去发现这些漏洞，因为我们的这个技
We
术在
need
不断
to
发展，
identify
有
such
新的漏洞会发现
vulnerabilities
啊，比如说之前的什么永恒之蓝的
and
是吧哈，用什么漏洞，后来的 log4j 啊这样的漏洞，还有 structs 这样的一些
so
中间
we
件
need
的
to
漏洞
update
等
the
等。
vulnerabilities in our
被发
system.
现，我们又该怎样去应对这些措施啊？怎么去应对啊？这一块儿
How
也
do we
很重要。
handle the
所以呢，我们
situation
一定要定期的去
is also very important.
检查，比如说通过漏洞扫描，
We need to carry
技
out
术测试，
regular
漏洞检查，好，发现
vulnerability
了
check.
安全风险以后，我们要及时想办法去做相应的
Once vulnerability is detected,
这个风
we
险
need to
我能不能够接
take
受？如果不能接受
quick
怎么办
response.
啊？怎么样子去转
We
移
need
风
to
险，
figure
或
out
者说降低风险，或者说规避风险啊？这样。
the means to lower risks.
好，网络和系统安全管理啊，这是我们
And
基
next
础
part
的
is network
基础
and
啊
system security
应
management.
用策略啊，主要就是对网络设
This
备、
is a
还有系
basic
统
policy.
还有安全设备啊等等。
And regarding our
对
equipments,
一些
regarding
安
our
全策略
system,
管理啊，比如说
we need to
隐秘
manage
的策
those
略呀、
policies
账
and
户锁闭的
strategies.
策略呀、 日志审计的策
For
略， 还
example,
有就是
our
权限
network
绑定的一些
logs
策略
and
啊
access
等等
control and so on.
还有一些系统的其他的一些安全方面的一些策略啊等等啊，这些呢就是我们平时运维的时候
So this is a daily work for maintenance personnel for the system.
啊，恶意代码的防范管理，这个呢
And next is malicious code prevention. It's mainly about virus
检查一些配置啊是否运行
and
正
the
常。
configuration management to carry out regular
对密码这一块
check on the
系
configuration,
统呢，它可能对密码
so as password
要求
management.
不一样，那么我们该怎么做？
So different parts of the system have different requirements
密码的强度
regarding
不一样
passwords.
啊
Maybe we need to change the
变
passwords
更管理
regularly.
后面的变更管理
And
指
next
的
part
是
is change management.
发生重大变更
This
的
means when the major change took place
该怎么办啊？
in the
变更管理
system
呢，指的是系统
and
发生
what's
重大
our
变更，一些小的调整
response
啊
will
这个不
be.
算啊，这个不算，主要是
This
大的
is
变
more
更
about major change in the system rather than small changes.
变化
For example, the internet environment or the physical
现在我们
location
另外一个
of
程
the
序
facilities.
变更。好，整个网络架构发生了变化 ，IP 地址
So
啊，
the framework of
变
the
这个
internet
是变
or
更
of the
安
IT
全系
system
统的业务功能啊发生了重大的变化。
or the function of
这
the
小的功能
system
改进
has
这个不算啊，我们专门有这个一些补丁啊或者小的功能改进，
experienced
这
some
个很正
changes.
常啊，这些很正常。
But the smaller scale updates
变
or
更啊
change
加了哪一个大的模块
will not be
怎么样？
treated the same way as major changes in the system.
升级啊，这些都属于变更管理。那变更管理的时候呢，主要一个核心
So
的
in the
主
change
要核心的
management,
一个管理的思想就在于什么呢？
a nuclear policy is that we need
就
to
是备份，一定要做好
we
备
need to
份。
make sure
还有
all
就
the
是
data
能够
has been
还原。当我变过去
storage and for potential later stage
还原到
recovery.
原先正常的状态啊，这一点啊很重要啊，这点
This
很
is
重要
very。important.
好，然后就是备份与恢复管理啊，我的数
And
据要
next
定
is
期
a
备份，
backup and
然后呢要
recovery
检查这个备
management.
份它是否有效。
We need to
然后呢
ensure a
要
regular
做到恢
backup
复
and
是能够
recovery
快速的去恢复
process.
啊，这是备份与恢复管理。然后安全事件的处置，
And next one is
这里
security
呢就要求
incident
我们要
handling.
制定
So we need to make the standard procedure regarding incident and also a system to differentiate different security incidents. So we cannot say that any IT system will have no security incidents from happening. And we need to have different plans regarding security incidents. We need to categorize different scenarios. For example, the electricity cut or hacker attack. So these are the major categories of incidents. And also we need to pay attention to the degree of security incident. Usually we have 3 or 4 level grading regarding security incident. For example, super serious incident, serious incident, and so on. So our handling can be different.
到这一级他能够就把这一般的事件他就能够进行一
So
个
usually the supervisor can handle the general security incident.
就是部门的决策者这一块就差不多了。那么对于重大事件的话，
For major security incidents,
一定是我们的这个决策者，也就是领导
the decision maker will be involved, and the leadership of security management team, they need to get involved. And also, if the incident is very serious, we need to report to the authority.
如果是特别重大的事件，那么上升的层级就会更高，可能会上升到市
So
级。
if the incident is involving national security,
看影响大小了所以
we need to determine the scale of the incident
一个是事件的类型，
and the seriousness of the incident.
然后就是应急预案的管理
And next
就是
is emergency plan management.
安全事件以后
So once an emergency take place,
发生的这个事件以后
so what kind of procedure we should follow to deal with this
另外一
emergency?
个呢就是我们要经常做应急演练
And also we need to carry out emergency exercise on regular basis. So this is a preparation for potential emergencies. If we don't carry out the mechanism for emergency practices, once such emergency take place,
做过应急演练
there will be a chaos.
有一个
For example,
系统它被篡改了被篡改
when there was a system which has been tampered, and the attacker has issued illegal information on the website and set up a lot of links on the website.
比如说我们就做应急预案当发生这
So
个事件以后
to respond to such an emergency,
上报了以后有紧急处置
we need to handle and deal with the emergency quickly.
首先第一步该怎么办？比如说
So we need to set up a clear procedure.
网络或者是
For example, you need to cut
连接
the
甚至切断屏幕
the system from operating
有一个
immediately.
的一个报警的一个电话
And we need to
报警
set up an emergency working group to get
安
involved.
全技术工程师都要到现
And
场
all the
来进行
supervisor and engineers need to be on the site, on the scene to deal with the emergency.
这就是应急预案管理的一个比较典型的我们做过的一些这样的一些事情。应急演练一定要定期开展
So emergency practice exercise need to be carried out on a regular basis,
机构可以从
so that everyone will be familiar with the standard procedure to deal with emergency. And last one is outsourcing
大型的系统
operation and maintenance management. For example,
频道会有很
in a local station, they will have a lot of
一
programs,
些插件或者说
and they will have a lot of plugin or cookies in their website.
系统的运维的人员
they will have a series of different OM personnel to take care of these cookies, plugins, and so on. So for a media or a large network, so you will have more chance to deal with a lot of incidents. Sometimes we will outsource our OM section. For example, if you don't have enough resources to carry out your OM management, you can outsource them to a third party. So this will involve the management of outsourcing management team. So in signing such contracts with outsourcing party, we have a lot of standard to follow. So this is information about the network security management system. So you can follow this information or categories to set up a sound network security management. So lastly, I would like to share with you the cybersecurity work highlights or important points. So first one, so 30% of the work is about technology, and 70% is about management expertise. Although technology is important in this regard, but management is also very, very important. If you fail to management the managing work, then the cybersecurity work will fall. And secondly, security doesn't depend on the accumulation of technology. It requires maintenance afterwards. So we need to manage our vulnerability data. So if we get the system deployed without constant updating and management, because the updating of technology is rapid. So your old vulnerability database will not be working for the new challenges. Thirdly, about personnel security management. Fourthly, and emergency drills or exercises need to be carried out on regular basis to enhance the safety awareness. And lastly, technologies and situations are constantly evolving. So we need to study constantly to improve our professional skills to enhance the security of our network. So this is my report today. Thank you. So if you have any questions, just open your mic or type it in the chat box. Please feel free to ask any questions.
好，如果没有问题的话，那我们今天就到这里。看主持人，
So any questions?
何老师，咱们评论区有一个同学在问有没有这种实
哎，
践实操的作
我
业呀？
看到了这个聊天，
对，
但是我可能看的不是很明白，能不能看一下？呃，嗯，哦，作业呀，今天这个呢是一个培训
So
吧，
today's training
暂时还没有实操的作业。
about
如果各
the
位同
cybersecurity
学
management.
呃有
So
机
we
会有
don't
兴
have
趣到我
homework
们学
for
校来
today's
了
training
解
session.
网络安全专业的学习的
So
话，
if you have the
大家
chance to
可以
come
随
to
时跟我
our
说。
university to study the cybersecurity courses, maybe you will be given a lot of homework or practical work.
好的，谢谢谢谢。
Thank
因为
you.
今天呢，时间有限，我只就网络安全的
As we have
这
a
个提
limited
示
time for
这
today,
个安全
so
分
I
析，给大
only
家做了一个
report
比
on
较
you
粗略的一个
the
分享，
network
包括
security
这个好
management
处，
system
我也只做了一个
and
粗
the
略的分享。
grading
因为时间
system.
关系还有就是我
So
的这个形式就是
due to the
做了
time
一个简单
limit,
的介绍有
so I
兴趣的
only
话可以下来再多沟通
introduce
多
to
了解
you about
或者
the
说
basic
可以再
information
学习
about
看
network
看。
security management. So maybe in the future
好的，
we
感
can
谢你，何
work
老
work
师。
more closely
So, any
together.
other questions? If no more, that's all of our today's training as we used it. Okay, there's another question. 我看评论区又有人在提问啊，童双老师
我
麻
看一下。
烦帮忙给翻译一下，谢谢。
Okay.
Online part-time courses you can maybe register 实践的一些实践课程是从我们的学校吧，我们学校这一块儿，我们计划
So
后
in our
面
university, we
会
have a
开
plan
设这
to
个就是
open
在线
some
的实
online
验。
courses
现
for
在呢还没有
practical
专门
experience.
针对网络安全的这一块儿的一个在线的实验。我
So
今
far
天所
we
分享的
haven't
内容呢，主
any
要是讲的
practical
是
experience
网络安全
so
的
far in our
是一个
university.
体系，讲的是一个
So
体系。
today my
这
sharing
个
is
体
about
系呢，
the
它
system
是偏重于
introduction.
我们也
So
有相
it's
应的
mainly
实践
theoretical
实践课程，
direction,
比如说
but
实践
we
的
have
实施，比如说
more
如何实
practical
训。
courses. For
这些
example,
呢，
the
我们学校呢
cybersecurity
目前还没有就是在网
defense
上开
and
放实施。
offense
我们后面计
related
划可
courses.
能明年可能会
So
计
we have
划
a plan that
开
in the
放一
next year
些就是
we
网络
will
安全的
make
一
it
些实
available
验，比如
online
说渗透
for
测试
some
或者加解密
the
或
practical
者
experience.
说
For
是
example,
应急
the
响应等
infiltrating or
一些实验出来。
incident
现在
response
呢，暂
and
时我
so
们
on. Such
还没有
experiments will be
没有
opened
开放这
online.
个实验。但是这相关的一些实验呢，我们在网上是
But
可以
we
找到
have
的。
a
网
lot
上
of
是有一
similar
些专门的一些信息安全的
experiments
实
for
验
you
的一
to
些网
to
站
use
和平
online.
台。
There are lots of
比如
websites
说
or
这
platforms.
个 Cybersecurity 或者说 World Hub
For
或者
example,
说
all
各位同学其实可以在网上搜一下关于 CTF 这一些竞赛的一个训练平台包括什么这个 Web 的一些渗透平台、SQL 注入的学习实验等等，网上有很多大家
So
可以
actually on the internet, we have a lot of resources. Maybe you can have a research and register and sign up for such resources.
scholarship or
你
哦， scholarships，对，奖学金是有的。
scholarships, we have set up special scholarships for international students. So if you choose to study with us, we have scholars. But the detailed information, maybe I think our colleagues from the teaching affairs, they can give you a more detailed response.
技能认证，嗯，这一块儿我们没有针对这一块儿去做在线的培训。我们这边
We
呢，
haven't any online training for that so far.
一些培训机构，他们在做专门的培训，因为这一块呢，
But as far as I'm concerned, there are lots of organizations who are doing this training for certificates for CISP, CISSP. So we are not allowed to carry out this training so far because we haven't been accredited by the state so far. So usually it's done offline rather than online. For example, the exams, they're usually done offline.
好的，
我们才
我们这个这个培训，我不知道会不会获得什么证书，但是我的
I'm not
了解的
sure.
话，好像就是
As far as I know,
好像不会专门发一个证书吧。这个
probably there will be no certificate, especially for this training session.
So I want to, sorry to bother, but I want to add that we do have a certificate of completion after the training, and the certificates will be shared with you after we finish all the training, and we will collect your information to make the certificates. We'll share this into our WhatsApp group.
Any more questions?
好的，任何关于专业方面的问题，我都可以回答。像刚
I
才
would
那
like
个，
to reply to any questions about technical aspects. So questions regarding the scholarship and certificate for this training, I'm not in a position to answer such questions. Welcome all the participants if you like to ask questions related to the training or to the technical sides.
你这个问题刚才好像回答过了。哎呀，网站的名字这样吧，我得下去组织一下，因为就这
Okay,
样
I
打
would like to share with you some of the most common practical experience website or platforms. I can share this information later because I still need to organize the information. So I can share, I will be very glad to share those information with you later.
大家可以关注一下，像什么呃
You
World Hub
can
啊，像这样的，还有 OWASP，可以关注一下这些相关的信息吧。哎，
so maybe you can follow these websites or platforms for more information.
好，何老师，那我们今天问答估计就是这样了。后面他们有什么其他的问题，我们建了一个外部的一个软件的一个群，他们会在群里提出来，到时候我再分享到咱们微信的那个群里边儿。
好的，好的，好的，可以。
嗯嗯，OK。Okay, thanks to all of you
好，
all guys, and that's the end of our training today. If you still have some other questions, you can share it to our WhatsApp group, and I will collect all this information, and uh, then share with Mr. He. Yes, the slides will be shared later also. Don't worry. Okay, thank you. Bye, guys. 谢谢您，何老师。那我们
好的，
今
好的，
天的培训就是这样。哎，谢谢。
好的，好的，好，好，再
Bye.
见，再见，再见，拜拜，拜拜。
See you.
拜拜，拜拜。